Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the Extraordinary Expletive. I am so sorry. It's been a couple weeks. Had a lot of stuff going on, but you got your boy J Dubs over here on the mic.
And Kenny G's over here, and you can finally hear me because I'm not far away or
Yeah,
some shit. Like I'm right next to the mic, so
yeah, we're trying to keep it professional and keep it hood. But speaking of professionalism, I figured I'd just let you guys know. We did just move, so been here for a month now. Finally settled in and getting going. The past 2 weeks I was away doing driving school, so we didn't have really time to do anything last week. And then
we did fuck up that tour episode.
yeah, the episode we had before that we fucked up. I had two sound clips recorded because we had that technical difficulty part where we stopped, and basically when I went to export the audio, it only exported the second half of it, and my dumbass, thinking it was okay, didn't save it, so I closed it out, and um, I tried to get it back, and it was gone. So we learned, so we will be saving our sound files before we upload them from
Yes,
now on,
yes.
and make sure that's good. So I do apologize if you guys listened 2 weeks ago, and you're like, "What the fuck is this?" My wife had brought it to my attention. She's like, "Hey, you guys just like started going. What are you doing?" I was like, "What do you mean?" Then I listened to it. I was like, "Oh, son of a bitch." But we are back in full force, and we're ready to rock the show, dude.
Yeah, and today we're just gonna talk about some debut albums.
Some debut albums from some bands that, you know, their first album that really put them on the map. It's their debut album. It's like, who the fuck is this? You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And kind of touch base a little bit with how different that first album may be from what they are now.
yeah. If we want to talk about like musical evolution, like in a way,
I think we could get a whole episode of that
we
too.
could do a
But
whole episode of that. But we're just gonna touch base on like debuts. You look at Pantera. Everyone remembers Cowboys from Hell. They're like, that was their first album. That was their fifth album.
yeah,
Their first album was Pantera's Metal Magic, and they didn't have Phil Anselmo. He wasn't part of the band yet, but they were basically a hair metal band.
and just completely different from the Pantera that
Yeah,
everybody knows
yeah,
nowadays.
yeah. No one even knows that. They're like, yeah, Cowboys from Hell, and it's like, no, they've been a band since like '85, and they just released a lot of hair metal shit that like nobody likes.
Yeah,
It's not it's not something you should listen to. Like, you go back and you listen to it, you're like, ugh.
like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah,
Um, yeah, that's I guess one thing you're really gonna notice too if you are a huge fan of said band or any band in general. Like their first album's always gonna be way different.
yeah.
For instance, we touch base on it upstairs, but Nirvana when they came out with Bleach, most people don't know Bleach. Most people know Nirvana from
Most people
Nevermind.
even think that like they're like, yeah, Nirvana was an overnight success. No, because Bleach came out in '89. It took them like 2-3 years before they did the. Yes, they did change the music world overnight with "Smells Like Teen Spirit," but that took 3 years from where they originally started at. Actually, I think they were a band from like, I think they started in like '87.
Yeah, and by the time they hit Nevermind, they'd had almost six different drummers. When Bleach came out, it was Chad Channing who had recorded, and
And he's actually the longest tenured drummer.
yeah, and I mean his play style was completely different too from Dave Grohl.
Yeah.
And if you're like I said, if you're a diehard fan, sure you know that, but if you're somebody who is really into Smells Like Teen Spirit or All Apologies, you never realize that hey they came from this and it was really different. What is the song Sliver? It's just him screaming about being a
That
kid.
was on Incesticide though.
Was it?
Yeah, that was the compilation album between um, In Utero and Nevermind.
Okay. Yeah, that was like their crazy live album shit too. They had
Yeah,
some
yeah.
weird songs.
It was when the record company's like, hey, you need to make another CD. They're like, we're not ready yet. They're like, you need another CD now.
Yeah,
So they're just like, hey, we did this studio shit, so.
yeah. Like About a Girl was on there, and
About
that
a Girl
song.
was on Bleach.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and it's it's
Everyone
really
knows that.
different from their regular shit.
Everyone knows the stripped down version of that though. When they play
Uh,
MTV Live and Unplugged,
yeah,
they're like, "Oh, I know that song." I'm like, it's kind of different when you listen to it on Bleach.
yeah, it's really raw on Bleach.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It was the recording, everything was kind of different. But you noticed, sound quality got a little bit better too as
yeah,
time went on. They got super
yeah.
signed. They were what, Sub Pop then.
They were signed with Sub Pop for their first. I think they were actually signed with Sub Pop the whole way through,
Yeah.
or I think maybe for In Utero it was Griffin Records, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
But I know for sure it was Sub Pop for the first two, because Butch Vig, he mixed all of Nevermind, and I think he had well, he was the drummer for Garbage. Well, he is the drummer for Garbage, but he mixed the whole thing. But I think he also has like a part in Sub Pop, but I'm not 100% sure.
That was really loud.
You're vaping?
Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I'm I'm an addict. A vape addict. I can't help it. Just love it.
Something else, like one of the more raw like first albums was Lamb of God. Their first album was actually called Burn the Priest,
Yes, which was gonna be their name.
which was their
Was
name.
their name? Yes.
Because I showed you the album earlier. I
Yeah.
actually have it. It's Burn the Priest by Burn the Priest, and it's really raw.
Yeah.
It's super raw. Like,
What was it? White Label was one of their big songs on there,
yeah,
and Randy's, even his vocals were
Yeah.
fucking weird, man.
it sounds like he's
Like he is crying, kind
yeah.
of. Sorry, what were you saying?
No, it sounds like he was talking to one of these mics. Like he's not. It's not done up at all. It's just the way he's screaming is the way it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. He had such a higher pitched, kind of different approach to things.
And I really like Randy Blythe too. Like I like his stuff. Like the stuff he did on like Ghost Walking and songs like that. Like that kind of, because he's not screaming, but he's not talking either. But it's just
Yeah.
kind of like the way it comes out.
He's
It
one of
sounds-
those people who are really good at enunciating
It
his
fits
voxes.
perfectly for what they're trying to do.
Yeah. He was actually trained. I forget the girl's name, but he was one of her students. We can look this up, maybe drop a link for it, but I want to say Sarah something. But she actually trains metal vocalists to be better at screaming, so that one, you're not hurting your throat, there's no like physical damage going on, and two, like you're actually enunciating your words. You're not just grindcore screaming where you're just mumbling shit together. Like, yeah, cool. Like, I can go listen to it with the lyrics and know what you're saying, but to just hear it, I don't
mean,
know what the fuck you're saying.
That's what happened with them Shadows.
Yeah.
With Avenged Sevenfold. Like after Waking the Fallen came out, he couldn't scream anymore, and that's why City of Evil was so much different than like Sound of the Seventh Trumpet and Waking the Fallen.
Yeah. Okay, well, yeah, well, let's, I mean, we can move on to that one, too. But I was just
Yeah.
going to say, I mean, with Lamb of God's first album, even the drumming was a little bit different. Like, Chris Adler just, I don't know if he bought a new drum set by the time Sacrament came out, you know what I mean? But it just it sounds 100% different. It's really cool to look and see, like, where they came from, like, and what they are now, because now, I mean, they're a heavy hitter when you talk about the metal scene.
Right.
Lamb of God is one of those people that most people know, whether it be from fucking Tony Hawk Pro Skater or
Guitar Hero.
Guitar Hero, yeah. They were on the first one.
Yeah,
right?
Laid to Rest was on there.
Yeah.
And honestly, that album they had, what the fuck was it called? Jesus Christ, I'm retarded.
Ashes of the Wake?
Ashes of the Wake. Yeah, that is like one of, like, riff wise, that is one of the best albums ever.
Yeah.
Like guitar riff wise, like it's stupid how good those riffs
Yeah,
are.
man. And they're sweet. Like,
yeah, that's what it is though.
it's I don't know, that pump you up metal, man. Like, I'm like, fuck yeah. Like,
I mean, riff wise, I would put it up there with if you're just talking about the guitar riff, I would put that up there with Gojira, with From Mars to Sirius, and Mastodon with the Motherlode.
yeah.
Which some people were like, well, the Motherlode wasn't a good album. I'm like, yeah, but you listen to the guitarists, they're fucking sick.
Yeah. Off topic.
Or no, it was, I'm sorry, it was Once More Around the Sun. The Motherlode was the lead single.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say, like with Gojira, like
From
the
Mars to Sirius was a great debut album.
those guys and their riffs, they like. I'm like a fucking fanboy when it comes to metal music. You know what I mean? I love the
And
writing
we are going to
process.
be in Metal Month in approximately 1 week.
Yes, all of October we will be doing
And we're going to
metal.
blow our fucking load.
Yeah, it's going to be from, the start of metal into what it's become today. There's a lot of branches we can take, so that's why we're going to take a whole month to do a series
Protest
of
the
epis.
fucking hero.
Yeah, dude.
The human abstract.
Oh, so many.
Oh,
But with Gojira, dude, their writing process just fucking amazes me. I was in the car with my wife and we were listening to the song Remembrance, and the last 45 seconds of that song is this breakdown that they just fade away into nothing, but the solidity of it, like, like, how do you do that live and be able to, like, know, okay, we have this timing thing going on right now, and it's a big deal, you know?
right. Um, but that was another one of their things where like from Mars to Sirius was their first album, and that is
Was it?
yeah.
I thought it was The Link.
No, the Link was 2007.
Okay. Yeah, because I know they did a re-release of that too. Yeah. Yeah, that was the one that had, what, flying whales on it and stuff?
Flying Walls was on it.
Yeah.
Ocean Planet. But that was like, I mean, From Mars to Sirius is widely regarded as like one of the greatest metal albums of all time, and it's really hard to argue with that because it is so good.
It's
From
weird how a lot
it
of the
just
stuff is
hits
so
you,
slow too.
yeah.
For being so heavy, it's not very fast music,
No,
Not on that album at least.
well, no, you listen to like Ocean Planet, like it's just and then just fucking just real slow, and then it goes back to that.
Yeah. Yeah, they have was I can't even think of the song. Was it Born in December? Is that it?
I think global warming's on that one too.
Okay. So, I think that one was Born in December on From Mars to
I'm
Sirius?
not sure.
No? And like that song is just there's no really heavy at all, and they're just kind of talk singing, They're like,
Yeah. Well, he's just a French guy screaming about fucking like the fucking environment. That's
yeah.
what he's doing.
Yeah, you got to hit that home too. Like they are one band that has always sung about us fucking up as humans,
Yeah.
we suck. All right, moving on from there. Another good one, in my opinion, would be Linkin Park with
Hybrid Theory.
Hybrid Theory.
And
There's
the thing,
another band that was originally going to be their name was Hybrid Theory, from what I was reading.
the thing is too is like in the month leading up to Chester Bennington, whenever he committed suicide, he was they like interviewed him, and he was like people need to get the fuck over Hybrid Theory. We're never gonna fucking do that again. We moved on as a band. But to me that was just saying like, hey, we peaked at Hybrid Theory. Like we can't do it again. You need to get over it. Because by the end of Linkin Park, they were on like Radio Disney and shit.
Yeah.
Because they had that song "Heavy," which was like a pop song. Because I heard it and
The irony.
I was like, oh my god, is this really Linkin Park? Like, is my childhood from 2001, whenever I was fucking 10 years old? Is this what it turned into?
Yeah, it's gone now, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were when they hit the scene. That was what made them fucking huge.
Well, yeah, but
You
like
know.
that album hits from start to finish. Because you look at a song like Paper Cuts, like that song's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And that's what they open up with, and then just kept on. And they were really like at the forefront of that, like, I apologize, new metal mix.
Yeah, they had that rap rock.
They had that like rap rock thing, like, hey, Chester Bennington's gonna sing, but then the next note's come here and like drop some, like rhymes, like.
Yeah, and it worked out really well. I love the way it always played. Like one of my favorite songs off that album was "Crawling." Like just the guitar riff was amazing, and they had this way of, like throwing the DJ in there with it. So you
Yeah.
got these electronic sounds that came, with the actual fucking guitar and drums and bass, and I was like, what the fuck? But it was sweet, There was something I'd never really heard of. And then, moving on to stuff they do now, like, I I mean, everybody's a huge fan of the song "Numb," but I mean, I guess, lyrics-wise when it came out, but that song got so overplayed,
Right.
like so much airtime, and I think that's what really killed it for me. But you go and listen to that shit, and then go back and listen to Hybrid Theory. I guess Chester said it best, like, dude, they're never gonna do that again. That was crazy, you know?
Right, but he was saying it like, hey, we're not going to do that again. We're over that. And I saw it more as we can't do that again because we literally just captured lightning in a bottle. You
Yeah.
know,
Like they kind of had that essence when Meteora came out, but it just wasn't the same.
Meteor was really good.
Meteora was a really good album. I really was the one album by them I can't stand. But the remixed one
Oh, I
where
know what you're talking
they
about.
redid Meteora,
Yeah, and they
but
did it with
they were
like
just
Jay Z.
yeah, it was just like remixes of every song that was on there. I was like, what the fuck?
What it was also songs from Hybrid Theory too.
Was it?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, that one I don't know, just different. But coming from a debut album, man, that solidified their place in the rock scene. And from there they were able to just like branch out. Like Fort Minor came after them. You know what
yeah.
I mean?
And Mike
Like,
Stone even had like his own solo career for a while.
yeah, I feel like it wouldn't have gotten as big if Linkin Park never hit off.
No, no.
There's no way they'd be like, all right, cool.
Um, I'm gonna combine these two. Metallica's "Kill 'Em All" when it came out, it was too punk for the metal guys, but it was too metal for the punk guys, and that's where you really saw like the birth of thrash metal.
Yeah, actually,
Because no one really did like the style that Metallica played. No one really did it until Metallica did it. Like Motorhead, you could argue like Motorhead was close because they had hits like Bomber. They were close, but Metallica did it, and then it became popular. Although Metallica wasn't going to be popular for like so what? Kill 'Em All came out late '70s. It was still going to be like another 15 years before Metallica was popular when they hit the Black Album. But then they grew the roots of thrash metal, and then Dave Mustaine, former member of Metallica, came out with Megadeth's Rust in Peace, and that is one of the best metal albums I've ever heard in my life.
yeah, yeah. I never really delved deep into Megadeth.
Really?
Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
Rust in Peace is great, but I still think that, and it's weird because everyone talks about like Rust in Peace and Peace Sells, but who's buying? But Countdown to Extinction, from song to song, is just complete. To me, it's like the most complete metal album I've ever heard. Because every song it goes perfectly into the next one. And that one has like Symphony from Destruction on it. Songs like that. But Rust in Peace is really good. And even it's all about like conspiracy theories too.
Okay.
That's like the theme of the entire album. So it's really good to be a debut album, and then you also have like a theme album.
Yeah, like a concept kind of.
Yeah, like that's the concept. It's like, okay, we're all about like, cause I lost my train of thought. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, especially if you were a Metallica fan, knowing where Mustaine came from, you're gonna be more inclined to
Right,
listen
and
to
he was
Megadeth.
even on the Metallica Saint Anger documentary where he's like crying, like, you guys fucking kicked me out.
Yeah, I always feel like he's kind of butthurt about it. But I mean, that's a cool driving force.
You
What?
think
Fuck these guys. I'm gonna go do my own shit, and then he got big as fuck.
Yeah.
And it's hard to
Dave
deny.
Mustaine's like the only like remaining member from the original Megadeth lineup, and you think about like you're like, man, fuck these guys. Yeah, they're the biggest metal band in the world, but guess what? I'm the second biggest fucking metal band in the world. I did it by myself because
Yeah,
Lars Ulrich is a fucking douchebag.
yeah. It was I think
It should have been Lars.
a couple days ago. It was 33 years since what's his face died.
Cliff Burton.
Cliff Burton. Jesus Christ, I couldn't think about it. But yeah, 33 years ago, and I was actually on Loudwire trolling the comments, just seeing what people were saying and shit. And
They
that's
make
what I'd said on there. I said it should have been Lars.
they make the T-shirt that says it's a picture of Cliff Burton standing next to Lars Ulrich. It says it should have been Lars,
Yeah, that's
and
good.
I'm like, I fucking want that so bad.
That's amazing.
It's so dark though.
Yeah. All right, so changing it up a little bit, but this was a big one for me. But Slim Shady, uh,
Marshall
slash
Mathers
Eminem.
EP.
No, that was actually not his first one. It was Slim Shady EP came out first.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, technically, he had what was it before that? Fuck, I'm trying to think. Infinite, I do believe, was his first one, and he was young as fuck when that came out. And
I was gonna say he was in his early 20s whenever Marshall Mathers came out.
yeah, like the Slim Shady LP is the one that had "Hi, My Name Is," and that's what
What?
really blew him up.
Who?
But that wasn't what started him.
Slim Shady.
If you go and you listen to Infinite, man, some of the fucking tracks on that, his lyrics are so good. That guy could literally rap about anything. Like, there's interviews of him at radio stations. He's like, all right, just give me something to rap about. And, like he has, like, a fucking 45-second bit where he just starts rhyming words with orange, with a 4-inch door hinge. Like, he just keeps going on. He's like, it's all about the way you enunciate the words. But Infinite, my favorite song off that album is Open Mic. And he rapped a lot with D12. You know what I mean? That's what kind of, I wouldn't say got him his start, but
Right, but
that was big. Like,
well,
he
he
was
was
part
like
of the Dirty Dozen.
he was a prodigy of Dre.
Yeah, Dre found him and was like, "Yo, you guys gotta check
He's
him
like,
out."
"Yo, white boy, come with me." Because even with Dr. Dre, it wasn't his debut album, but the Chronic. I mean, because he'd been in NWA, but like the Chronic, and this is a weird one to talk about too, because that was Dr. Dre's debut album, but it was also the debut of Snoop Dogg and the Dog Pound.
Yeah,
And to me, nothing against Dre. To me, Dr. Dre is the godfather of rap because of everything he's contributed. Not because of his solo career or the stuff he did in NWA. It's just his producing and then his everything else. Because with the Chronic, that was the debut of the Dog Pound, and that's what introduced everyone to Snoop Dogg. And then Snoop Dogg had a great debut album. And then you have 2001 by Dr. Dre, and that's one of the ways that Eminem gets introduced to the public too, because they're like, "Oh, Dr. Dre dropped this dope shit. Wow, the Snoop Dogg guy's really cool. Hey, Dr. Dre dropped another dope album.
yeah,
Hey, this fucking Eminem guy's really cool."
yeah. He really opened up the eyes,
Yeah,
let people see that there's a lot of talent out there.
yeah. I'm actually pretty sure that, or even like Tupac's album, like California Love by Tupac. I'm pretty sure Dr. Dre raps more on that than Tupac.
Yeah,
So Dr. Dre's like, "Hey, have this guy."
yeah, yeah. I mean, he was awesome. But I always hear, him rapping on other people's shit more than I actually like find myself listening to his albums. But I
Yeah,
mean,
you.
2001 Chronic was amazing.
Oh,
However, I mean, that wasn't. Can you say that was his debut album? No, because everybody knows him
well,
from
he had
NWA.
the Chronic first, but to
Yeah.
me, the Chronic was more of like, "Hey, I'm Dr. Dre. I used to be in NWA, and yeah, here's Snoop Dogg and the Dog Pound."
And action.
Yeah, basically.
But going back to Eminem, you take songs like Open Mic, which are like I was just saying that that's like my favorite on there. Like some of his puns are amazing. Like he says, "You couldn't flip shit playing in toilets with a spatula." Like I was always dying, but I think that's what started his I don't give a fuck attitude, or at least you really hear that when he comes out with his songs. Like he says, "I never gave a fuck, and now I give a fuck less." And then fast forward 3 albums, he goes, "Yeah, I still don't give a fuck." Like he's been not giving a fuck since before it was cool. But look at his shit now. You really see a progression, especially with his shit. You see him grow up. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I said, he's 19.
what was the album he came out with in like 2007?
Relapse. Or,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. That was when the first time I ever got, well, second time I ever got high on weed. Like
On
we were
weed.
just we were just blasting Relapse and just driving through the streets of Farrell.
That's a good thing to do.
Like, yeah, like I'm literally laying this bowl, and like I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just like a lost white boy from like West Middlesex, and they're like, "Let's get high." I'm like, "All right," and like I'm trying to let it up, and it's like it's 3 a.m. in the morning. I'm like, okay. I'm like, dude, who's this guy?
That's crazy.
Because I didn't realize it was Eminem because I was so used to his sound from his first album.
Yeah, and
Whenever he's like, "Hi, my name is."
well, see, that wasn't his first.
Well,
Man, you know.
his earlier stuff.
Yeah.
Because he really changed his sound.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Even like the shit he sings about. Like the Slim Shady LP. That was like his. I don't know. Slim Shady was like this alternate persona that he created.
Right.
And he always rapped about killing and all kinds of shit. Like on the Marshall Mathers LP, he says, they had that little skit with Steve Berman, I think it is, and he goes, I can't put this album out. He goes, he's like, Dr. Dre's out here rapping about fucking drinking 40s, fucking bitches, and getting money. He's like, you're rapping about fucking transvestites, Vicodin, and fucking cocaine or something like that. He's like, I can't put this fucking record out. But like, that's what he fucking sang about.
Yeah.
And it worked. And people were like, dude, this is awesome. And he got big as fuck about it. But I don't know. That I think really pushed like suburban white kids to rap music.
Right.
You
Well,
really
it
discovered
pushed
a lot more
it
after
pushed
that.
trailer trash to rap music. That's what it was.
Yeah, it really did.
It's like, man, you grew up in a trailer. Hey, I grew up in a trailer. Like, instead of listening to Kid Rock, how about you listen to fucking Slim Shady?
All right, well, Kid Rock, let me just go there. His first album, Devil Without a Cause.
I don't want to talk. I hate Kid Rock with a passion.
Dude,
I hate Kid Rock so much.
his old shit was sweet though.
No, this is why I
You
hate
cannot
Kid
deny
This is
Ball
why.
Up With the
This
Ball
is
was
why
amazing.
I fucking hate Kid Rock, because Kid Rock is like, yeah, I'm straight out of fucking Detroit, grew up in a trailer, and then here we are, fucking 10 years later, and he's like, yeah, I was singing in Alabama. Yeah.
Yeah, and his dad like owned
Yeah, he's
car
like,
dealerships.
He's
and
like,
shit.
yeah, I'm a country boy from Alabama. Fuck you.
Yeah,
Go back to Detroit.
yeah. He lost his gangster, and I think he's just
then
appealing towards a
he's
certain crowd now.
right. That's what it is. Is he used to be like, hey, I'm this badass out of a fucking trailer park in Detroit, to being like, hey, let me appeal to these fucking country pieces of shit.
Yeah. I mean, but that's a good thing to talk about. Like, look at that progression there. Like, how the fuck does that happen?
It happens
understand
because
it.
of dollar signs.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. That's crazy.
That's the way it is.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I would probably do the same thing, but I wouldn't fucking brag about how real I am to this like brand.
Yeah.
I'd just be like, hey, I'm doing this for the money.
Yeah.
Where Kid Rock's like, I grew up in Alabama. No, you fucking didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, he was very hardcore rappy when he first came out. I mean, all of his shit
He had
was.
JC. He made the girl sick
Yeah, dude. He's 3'9"
with a
10-foot
10-foot dick.
That was the shit, man. I mean, all shit talking aside, the guy's fucking talented. He can play piano,
No,
he can play guitar, he can play drums,
He is talented, but
does the turntables. But
he
I
just,
see what you're saying.
I
Nowadays it's not my cup of tea. My mother's in love with him. I've seen him live 3 times.
Well, that's the thing,
And-
too, is like every fucking motherfucker wearing like a Brantley Gilbert t-shirt, like a Luke Combs t-shirt. And like Luke Combs is talented as fuck. Brantley Gilbert's fucking fantastic. But they're like, yo, Kid Rock. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You're talking about the guy that was fucking rapping? He did the Undertaker's theme song in WWE for like 2 years? You're talking about that guy?
Yeah, I don't know. Do people really know where he came from? Did they listen
Did
to
they
that
ball
original
with
shit?
the ball, badang, diggy diggy?
No, they definitely don't, dude. No way.
I saw a meme one time. It had a picture of Jonathan Davis. It was like, I don't always ball with the ball, badang, diggy diggy, but when I do, I but dee bop dee bop.
I was like the meme of Kid Rock walking on the beach with his hands all like crazy. It said me on my way to ball with the ball. But I mean, his shit was iconic back in the day. Like, I remember being fucking 9, 10 years old when that album came out, and like seeing him live when he'd come out on stage back then, at least he always walked out in a fucking pimped out fucking white fur coat, and then he'd take it off, or somebody would take it off for him, and then he would start singing "Ba with the Ba."
Oh, no.
My name is Kid, and you're like, "Fuck yeah, bro!" But
Yeah.
like it was, I don't know, it was even heavy then. Like they had guitar riffs and shit
I
in it,
mean,
and now it's like,
it
I
used
don't
to
know.
be, it used to be so hype.
Yeah, yeah, it really was. But he rapped about crazy shit like fucking pimping hoes and fucking, like gangster down home shit. And now it's just like, hey, uh, let me play this piano that's covered in camouflage for you real
Do you
quick.
guys want to hear Sweet Home Alabama?
All right, well, I can't play that, so we're just gonna remix it, make it sound exactly the same, and name it something
We're
else.
gonna mix it with Werewolves of London.
Yeah,
And
yeah, that's weird. I don't know. That's crazy though. So there's one that you can see is a completely different fucking person now.
the other one, sticking with rap, because I want to give a shout out here is the rapper Nas. Back in the 2000s, everyone was like, "Yo, Nas came out with this new album." I was like, "Yo, Nas sucks." Like he was in like a rival with like Jay-Z and shit. I'm like, I don't really like Nas. And actually, up until like 3 months ago, I was like, "Yo, why does everyone always talk about Nas? He's not that good." And then my brother was like, "Yo, have you ever heard of Illmatic by Nas?" And I was like, "No." He was like, "Yo, it was his debut album. It's one of the best hip hop albums of all time." And I listened to it. I'm like, "This is one of the best hip hop albums of all time."
Boy, was I fucking wrong.
Because whenever he did it, like it was fantastic, but it wasn't commercially successful.
Yeah,
So
that's why I think people would talk shit on it.
so then after that, he was like, "Hey, I want to be more commercially successful." So then he started like doing, because if you look at a hip hop album, you're like, all right, we have Dr. Dre featuring fucking 20 different people.
Yeah,
With Illmatic by Nas, it's like, okay, every song is just Nas. He's just rapping on every song. 38 minutes, quick listen, phenomenal. And they actually like critically reviewed like it's one of the best hip hop albums of all time. It always gets like 5 out of 5 stars and stuff, and it's actually been written. They're like, yeah, it was a blessing because he had a great debut album, but it was also a curse because he will never live up to this ever again, and that is 100% correct
yeah.
because there's only a few. I would actually put
I seen your top 5 list.
yeah, you see my top 5 list.
Yeah.
I would only probably put Tribe Called Quest above Nas for like the best rap album.
But you were talking about, his beef with Jay-Z and all that shit. Those guys, they got a lot of radio play.
That's what got him a lot of radio
Yeah.
play though, because everyone's like, yo, Jay-Z just dropped this fucking track against Nas, and then it's like, yo, Nas just dropped this track
But I
against
like
Jay-Z.
never heard Nas's shit on the radio. You know what I mean? Or like maybe I did and didn't realize it, but
Yeah, but you knew who he was though.
yeah. But he was like one of those guys where you could find somebody who was into rap and be like, yo, you listen to this album yet? And then they'd pass it to you and be like, all right, cool, I'll go check it out.
He never got handed a mixtape.
Yeah, I mean back in my day, mixtapes were something that you made for your girlfriend.
Damn.
They weren't rap albums. They were, hey, I recorded these
I got
songs
handled.
off the
I got
radio.
handled all the mixtapes back in college.
Yeah.
They were like, yo, you listen to rap? I'm like, I'm a white boy, but yeah. They're like, hey, have a mixtape.
Your hands just catch on fire.
And I'm like, okay. And then I went to the Notre Dame Cathedral in France, and it burned to the ground
That's fucking awesome.
because of all the mixtapes.
For shame. Oh, jeez. I was gonna say, talking about a band that's completely different nowadays. Bring Me the Horizon.
Yes.
They were amazing.
Suicide Season was so good.
Yes, I'm trying to think. I think that might be their second or third album.
I think it was their second album.
I can't remember what their first one was. So we'll just, we could play that off of there, and let's just say Suicide Season was like their debut album.
And then
That
what was their
shit
what was
was-
their one with like Nocturnal? Was that the last one with like Throne and shit on it?
Sepaternal?
Sepaternal. Okay.
Yeah. That band, when they came out, were so stupid fucking heavy. Like, it was amazing. Like, I mean, you could like literally go see them in a show and not even question, ripping the whole place to shreds because it was brutal as fuck. Like their lyrics were insane too, and all he ever did was scream. You know what I mean? And he had like these crazy highs and these super lows, and then he had his normal like all these screams that you hear nowadays, where it's just like him kind of yelling loud. But that's like Diamonds Aren't Forever. If you guys have never heard,
Oh my god,
go listen.
that will make you punch a hole through the fucking wall.
Amazing. Black and Blue. Fuck. There's so many. That
What
were
was
just
the one? I got a secret. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's on the back of my lungs. Yeah.
Chelsea Smile.
Yes.
Yeah, and that was off of their first one. I'm pretty certain. Or maybe it might be the second one. But now you look at them nowadays, and like the single they just released is just.
Well, Ollie broke his voice too.
I don't know, man. Did he?
Yeah, he did. He
Okay.
did. He couldn't. He can't scream anymore. So that's kind of the. But
He wrote a pop song. It's literally pop music. Like, I wish we could pull it up so you could hear it. It's a fucking pop song. Like, there's
Well, that's
hardly any guitars.
like we just said, that was the way the Linkin Park went too.
It's nuts, man. I just can't, There is literally like a group of kids out there listening to that right now who have no idea that they might used to be like one of the most fucking devil worshiping sounded music in the world. Like, they were heavy as fuck, man.
Right.
And now, I don't know. Don't get me wrong. Like, I really like, Sempiternal. It's a really solid album. It's good.
That was named like the. I have the magazine home, the like top 100 metal albums of the 21st century, and that's like named like number 3. But again, that was also the same magazine. It was like, yeah, Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge is like number 27. I'm like, it's not metal at all. But
Yeah. Who the fuck wrote this?
yeah,
We should do our own fucking
yeah, it was
list,
it was
man.
the issue of Metal Hammer.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want to do it?
Yeah, we should release it. Say fuck everybody else. But
I mean, I'll start tonight. I'll get out the notebook and I will start writing them down. But like, all right, one album per artist.
Yeah.
Here we go.
And start.
We're gonna do
Go
it for Metal Month.
We should. But going back to Bring Me the Horizon, he's always been a very emotional person,
Mm-hmm.
and like he felt that a lot in his his first albums, and especially now. You know what I mean? It's a lot slower, kind of more poppy, not as heavy, but still a solid band. But just one of them bands that is 100% different nowadays than what they used to be.
Right.
And I don't think it's okay. I guess okay if you heard his voice, I get that, but they're literally never gonna do that shit again. Like
No, because even Diamonds Aren't Forever. Like the way he just fucking thrashes on that guitar.
yeah, it's insane.
I know something you don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, and then what is it? Is it Diamonds Aren't Forever or Braille? I think it's Braille. When he says they like go through the breakdown and then he just screams. He's like, "One more time," and then he just go right back into it, and it's heavy as fuck. I whispered in her ear, "Fear me, dear, for I am death. I'll take that shit you call a life in a single fucking breath." And I was just like, "Yo, dude, that shit was dope." But not nowadays. Now it's I can't drown my demons because they know how to swim. It's like, wow, man, how do you go from being the demon to being some fucking white boy writing music for fucking girls with scene haircuts? You fucking
'Cause
bitch.
he's sad.
Yeah.
That's why I listen to fucking Carly Rae Jepsen and shit.
Uh,
You saw my CD collection. You were like,
It was good.
why do you have so many Demi Lovato CDs?
I like Demi, dude.
I'm
on, man.
sad. Oh, man. Going back to it, whenever I was talking about the fucking 100 greatest metal albums, 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge by My Chemical Romance.
That wasn't their debut album, though.
Was it really?
No.
I thought it
wasn't.
was.
No, they wrote one right before that.
Was it an EP or was it the actual album?
I don't know. Because they wrote
I'm
Three
pretty
Cheers.
sure 3 Cheers was their first album, but they had the EP.
You're going to be
'Cause
one of those people. I'm going to call the EPs the debuts.
EPs don't count.
You don't count. How do they not count?
They don't count because they're not a full-length album.
Okay, well then Wanderer is not even a band because they didn't even
Wanderer
have an
is not
album.
banned because they haven't a fucking album yet. Okay.
You're dumb. Hold on, let me look it up. But they actually wrote Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge on the road while touring.
Well, whenever I showed you my CD collection, you didn't notice, but I had the Nirvana fucking Nevermind album, and then I had the Smells Like Teen Spirit single CD, which only has 4 songs on it.
Okay, well, here you go. Studio album. I brought you my bullets. You brought me your love.
Oh God, that was right.
That was the first album
That was
they
the
wrote.
first one, and then they did.
They
Three
wrote
Cheers.
Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge while touring this album, which is one of the coolest parts about that album, in my opinion. They wrote that on the road. Fucking cool. How do you do that?
Well, Jar of Flies by Alice in Chains is not a full-length album. It's the EP. They recorded it. They wrote and recorded the entire thing in 7 days in a fucking studio above a fucking greenhouse or some shit. Because, like, their bassist left because he was fucking a drug addict. And they were like, alright, let's just make this EP. And it was 7 songs long, and it probably had most of their fucking
Major
best
hits.
known songs with like songs like I Stay Away, Nutshell, Rotten Apple.
Jar of Flies.
Jar of Flies is the name. They didn't actually name any song.
Damn. So it was almost there.
But it was
All right,
it was
My
7
Chemical
songs.
Romance. You fucking jumping ahead. Piece of shit.
Sorry.
That was like the introduction or the big blow up of the emo scene then.
Well, what was Taking Back Sunday's first album?
I couldn't tell you the name. I mean, I'll look it up. I'll jam you that shit real quick. But yeah, that shit was amazing. I mean, I brought you my bullets, you brought me your love. Honey, this mirror isn't big enough for the both of us. Vampires will never hit you.
Fall Out Boy's first album,
Amazing.
From Under the Cork Tree, that was fucking great.
Yeah.
And then they got popular, and then they're like, hey, let's make pop now. And it wasn't as good, but From Under the Cork Tree was fantastic. And like I really like how like every song on the album it just had like an obnoxiously long title.
Yeah, and that's one of the things they do. But sorry, I just wanted to put your shit to shame again and let you know that Take This to Your Grave was Fall Out Boy's first album.
God damn it.
From Under the Cork Tree was in 2005. That was their second one. But that's,
That was the one that made him popular.
yeah, Grand Theft Autumn came out and everybody's like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
I remember Tom Vaughn showed me that. And we even made a video for our social studies class. And we put that in the video. And people were like, yo, who is this? And Tom's like, it's Fall Out Boy. I'm like, who's Fall Out Boy? And he's like, you're welcome.
I literally remember, because I used to watch Fuse and MTV. No, it was VH1 Mega Hits. VH1 Mega Hits only played music videos 24/7, but then they switched to like lesbian and gay stuff, and they changed the name to like Logo. So like one day I was trying to watch music videos, and I tune in, and there's like 2 dudes making out, and I'm like, yeah, what
this
is
music
this?
video's cool.
I was like, this is a really weird music video. Oh, they're taking off each other's pants. Oh. Okay.
This isn't a music video
wrong,
at all.
I think I'm on the wrong channel.
Oh, jeez.
Um,
Tell All Your Friends was Taking Back Sunday's
that
first
was it.
album.
I saw the 10th anniversary of that. Like, I went to
The tour?
yeah,
No shit.
yeah.
Oh, how was that?
It was fucking amazing.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I don't know the name of the lead singer, but he would like sing for a while, and then he'd get off talking, and he has the thickest Southern accent ever. He's like, y'all like that? All right, well, we're going to come back here right now. We're going to get another hit out here. So
All right, so I just want y'all to know this next one here is
yeah,
this photograph is proof.
they played Tell All of Your Friends in its entirety.
That's awesome.
Oh, it was so good. Like,
I love it when bands do that.
when he played like 20 or The Greatest Romance of like the 21st century, like it was really good. Like that was really good. But there was just a lot of energy at that show.
Yeah. That kind of music had a lot of energy. Like, aside from being slow and emotional, there was a lot of energy put into it, especially emotion-wise, you know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
a lot of feeling coming out of all that shit. That's amazing. Speaking of bands that play albums in their entirety, I don't know if you'd be interested, but Census Fail is coming back,
I
and
just
they are
went to
playing "Let It Enfold You."
I just went to the Silverstein show where they played. What the fuck was it? Was it their first album?
What, the one with like? Oh wait, never mind. I was thinking of a different band. Car Underwater.
I forget who. It was Silverstein, but I forget what album they played. They played it the entire way through.
Well, let's just go ahead and check the old Google here.
Yo, Jamie, can you check that for me?
Silverstein was another good emo band. They're amazing. Discovering the Waterfront.
Yes, that was it. They played it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I only ever listened to Silverstein because I was sad over a girl, and that was like her favorite band. So
So you had to.
yeah,
Yeah, dude.
yeah. When
It's
some
gonna
girls
be
like, "Hey,
amazing.
this is my favorite band," I'm like, "Tell me more."
Tell me why. Sorry.
I actually do. It's not in my CD book, but I do have Backstreet Boys and NSYNC,
That's good.
and I
You
have
should.
now. I have now. That's what I call music, Volume 9.
Wow, that's old. What are they up to,
I
like
w- I
60,
would
67 now?
Something like that.
74?
I would love to do like a reaction video where like, okay, Josh and Ken listen to now that's what I call music, Volume 9.
Yeah, we should.
Or like Josh and Ken listen to like that now that's what I call music, Volume 2. And we're like, why did people fucking like this?
Yeah, it was just popular. And how did people make money selling CDs of other people's music? Like, those guys are geniuses. You know what we should do? Let's just make a compilation of like all the hit popular songs, and we'll put them on a fucking CD and then sell that.
Yeah, and at the time it was great,
Yeah,
but
it blew up.
now no one buys like now that's what I call music, Volume like 73.
Yeah.
But people were all over now that's what I call music, Volume 1.
Yeah,
They're like, holy shit, the songs from my youth.
yeah.
Let me recapture that.
I really liked all the fucking Pop Goes Punk albums and shit. I still go back and listen to those. Like the first 1 through 4 are amazing.
Yeah, yeah. There's some.
That's entirely possible.
So yeah, we're new metal month now.
Yeah, yeah. I'm excited for it. I'd like to, just let everybody know we're metal fanboys, and I would like to go, from the beginning and see, what were the heavy hitters, like where was the influence, whether
The
we go
first,
back,
like Black Sabbath and Motorhead, were basically like the first.
that really brought out that sound, and somebody was like, dude.
I mean, people credit Howard Skelter, but like we'll get into that.
Yeah. We'll definitely do that. And like I said, there's a lot
The
of
big
ways
four:
we can branch off
Metallica,
and see
Slayer,
where it came from,
Megadeth, Anthrax.
where it went to. Fuck Anthrax.
Yo,
Shouldn't
don't
be
talk
in the
shit on
fucking top 4, dude.
Just keep on talking. I'm just gonna keep on like naming metal bands.
Just in the
Gojira,
background.
Mastodon,
It just reminds me of
Machine Head.
was a Scary Movie 4. The little Japanese boys he's talking. And there's like subtitles at the bottom of what he's saying, but the whole time he's not talking Japanese. He's just like Toyota, Subaru, Mitsubishi.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
it's like that's what that reminded me of. We should have like you just talking like that and then subtitles at the bottom. It's like, why is he like that? Oh, dude, he's speaking Finnish. Yeah.
Ozzy Osbourne, Randy Rhoads,
Randy Rhoads.
Black Label Society.
Oh, Zach Wild's pretty good.
Zach
Zach Wild played guitar.
Zach Wild is like, hey, here's a whammy bar. Check this out. Boom.
Yeah, he is the Tom Morello of the metal scene.
Rage Against the Machine is technically a metal band.
Yeah,
Rollins Band,
yeah, yeah.
Helmet, El Nino, Texas Hippie Coalition, Cannibal Corpse, Cannabis Corpse, The Sword.
And now we're gonna go and name every genre of the bands you just said. All right, guys. So, if you guys have any albums that you think whether they changed or something that really was a debut that came out and hit hard, let me know. I'd like to check it out. I'm always trying to find whether it be old music that I can go back listen to and catch those feelings again, or I can find some new shit. I'm always down to do that. I know Kenjamin would definitely be down to do the
I
same.
I usually just listen to a lot of albums. So if you have any album you want me to listen to, like somebody's like, you ever listen to Todd Claude Van Damme, who we had on our show, was like, yeah, you like Snot? Yeah, Todd, I know who Snot is. Okay,
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of obscure shit too.
Yeah, just tell me about it, because Kenny's going to be a prick.
Yeah,
He's going to be like, yeah, I already fucking heard it,
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Like I
So
said, if I heard it, I'll still go back and listen to it.
if you want us to talk about something, let us know. If you want us to listen to something, tell us about it.
Yeah, we can
If
also
you
discuss that,
if
too.
you
So.
think we're doing something shitty, let us know. If you think we're doing something good, let us know. I want to hear from you guys. You guys usually don't give us any input, but the one thing I want you to do whenever you come and listen to this podcast, just share it on social media, whether
Yeah.
it's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I don't give a shit. You just share it, because if every one of you could give us one more like, one more subscriber, something else to go with, be fantastic.
Yeah, and then we can branch out, man. I already got to go talk on my buddy's podcast. They asked, if I'd come back and bring you over there next time, and we got a couple locals that I was inspired by them to want to do this. For your distraction, if you guys can check them out, please do so. But we also inspired our buddy Travis to kind of start doing his own thing too, and don't know how official he's getting with it yet, but they are calling it of Mics and Men, and I thought it was pretty cool.
That's actually a really good name.
So, we might have him on here bullshitting. They're doing, just a slur of topics. So, might have to check him out when he comes on here. But, yeah, it's always nice to branch out. Whether you guys share a shit or you just tell somebody about it. Like, hey, have you heard blah, blah, blah? And then they listen to it, check it out. It's sweet. So,
Yeah, please, even if, yeah, just please share our video on social media. That's all we ask.
Kenny, whore us out, dude. Just whore us out.
Whore us out. I
Please.
added 800 friends on Facebook to whore us out. It
And we
didn't work
still
out
only
that
have
well
264 likes. How does that work?
because I unfriended like 600 of them because I couldn't deal with it.
Oh, jeez.
It was too much.
That's too much. How do you handle talking to a mass amount of people? Well, I guess nobody's here right now.
Yeah,
I
fuck
get it.
them.
All right. Well, guys, tune in next month, because that's what
Next week.
Well,
Well,
it's
it'll
gonna be
be a
next
new
month. Yeah. Where October we'll be bringing the spoopy and we will be bringing the metal, and
We're going to be bringing the metal hammer down.
yeah, for sure. And we
Like a
haven't
10
decided who we're gonna have
ton
on yet,
hammer. So
but
we're going to have Brianna on for their episode.
yeah, I meant like band wise.
Oh, yeah, no, we're going to find somebody else.
Yeah.
Fuck her.
Just have Brianna come in here and like tell jokes.
Yeah. Hey, show me your tits.
And if you look here, you can see that I look exactly like my sister.
Yeah.
But yeah, we might hit up Ken Zek, check out his new band. They're pretty heavy. Kenny's always been a heavy kind of guy.
What about
we'll
Dave
check him
Pegg?
out. Yeah, we should hit up Dave Pegg too. He's still playing music. We also got Steven and the Damned.
Steve Mason. We should have him on.
Oh man,
Oh, man.
I still think we should pay money to get Spectral Type back together.
I'm all for it.
All right, let's do it.
But like, hey, will you guys play Brothers?
Yeah, hey, we just need
If you guys have never heard the song Brothers by the Spectral Type, please go on YouTube and check it out. It has a music video for it. So
yeah, it's pretty cool.
it's like a dude wearing a fucking beanie just playing. It's Dave. Dave sucks. Anyway, all right.
All right, guys, we'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in.